For new people watching my channel, if you don't know, I actually have a visual disability. The eye condition that I have is called cone rod dystrophy, which means I was born with several of my cones and rods missing. And I don't want to give you just a full-blown definition because we'll be here forever. But the gist of it is, because I was born with some of my cones and rods missing, my eyes are extremely sensitive to sunlight. And I have these special lenses that I have to wear. I don't have them on right now. But the best way to describe them to you all, they're like wearing sunglasses. There's no immediate prescription in it like these. But they're really tinted. They have a black tint on them because my eyes are naturally brown. So when I put them in, my eyes will be black. And that helps me with the sunlight. Since I'm in the house and I just have this ring light, I'm okay. But the other part of it, which is really special to me, especially why I do this YouTube channel, which really means a lot to me, is because not only are my eyes extremely sensitive to sunlight, but I also have trouble with my colors, which is why I have the labels in here. Can you see it? Even though, like, I'm colorblind, but I'm not so colorblind to the point where I see in black and white, and it's an actual term for that. It's called mono something, but again, I'll put it here in the video, where it's people that actually see in black and white. But I'm not so colorblind. I'm not to that point, I'll put it like that. But the type of colorblindness that I have is, if you show me a color, I won't be able to tell you like right off the top of my head. But of course, you know, I can tell you what black is. But what I have come to realize is, when I was younger, I used to be really self-conscious about asking people for help in stores. Like, if I saw something in a store, like a piece of clothing or a photo, whatever, something, and I wasn't sure of the color, I would be really self-conscious to ask people what the color was, because I didn't want people to think, oh, she doesn't know her colors. You know, like, oh, what's wrong with her? But what I've come to realize is, when you do ask people what certain colors are, they actually have trouble with it too. And men actually suffer from colorblindness more so than women. I believe it's red, green, yellow colorblindness. It's more men that suffer from it than women. But mine is not just red, green, yellow colorblindness. It's like a mixture of all the colors. But I say all that to say is, it's so many colors, it's so many shades, it's so many hues and tones of everything. It's like, in some ways, like, we're all colorblind in some ways, because I mean, think about it. We have colors now that are like bluish yellow, and you have teals mixed in with purples and pinks, and it becomes a little confusing. And then it's like, you have these duochrome shadows, these shades or colors where in one way it's purple and another way it's kind of pink, or if you look at it another way it's kind of green. So it's like, yeah, it's like we all kind of colorblind in some ways. But that's what Eyeful color means. You know, it ties in with my disability, but at the same time, you know, with the makeup and everything, I've always been into makeup ever since ever. Like, I've always been into makeup, but I really did not delve into makeup full force until my junior year of college. I took it serious like my freshman year, but just going full in not till my junior year of college. And look where I'm at now. And I've only been out of college a year. So in 2 years, like, this is what it's become in these short 2.5 years. So yeah, I hit it hard. So, and this is why this channel means a lot to me, just in makeup as a whole, not just this channel, but makeup as a whole. It really means a lot to me, because this is something that, this has like been a struggle for me that I have overcome. And I used to be really sad when I was like in high school and stuff. Well, kind of like middle school, but really high school, because I remember my freshman year, it was this one girl in particular. I never knew her name, but I knew she was like a senior and I was a freshman, and she had this really pretty like French bun. I remember exactly what she had on. She had a French bun, and she had some blonde in it. She had her makeup done, and she had on a pencil skirt with a white top with a white button down blouse and some nice heels. She was a student, honey, and that's how they would dress. And I was like, oh my God, I want to be like that. Like, and then I played with it, you know, in high school, but again, I didn't take it like really seriously until college. And I was just like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna figure this out. And that's one thing that I love about Makeup Geek. Well, all of these cosmetics that I've talked to you about, if you go on their websites, they have the color description, so that really helps a lot for me. Makeup Geek has a color description. MAC Cosmetics has a color description. Gerard Cosmetics has a color description. Stila, all of them, they have color description, so which really helps me. So what I have to do is I have to go in, which is the tedious part. I would have to go into their sites and either copy and paste the name, like I would have to go in and copy and paste, or type in like the name, and then either type and copy and paste, which is really type more so than none, and then type in the color description underneath. Because I end up typing it, because sometimes like it'll be like teal with hints of blue and pink with the gold reflex. I don't need all of it. Like, get to the point, which is what I have on here. And then I just, you know, put it in a table, and then I make it, you know, look really nice and pretty. And then I don't have it here, but, and I'll tape it down. Just get some clear packaging tape, and then I'll tape it down, but I leave this part open. Can you see it? I leave this part open so I can slip like an index card in here, and, you know, make that as my label, so I'll know, like, you know, which is which. And the same thing that I did with, ouch, with this one. This is my MAC one, even though I don't really need it, because I don't know if you can see, it's probably washed out. It's on here. So, you know what? Hang on. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, this one in particular. This is the Jaclyn Hill's Favorite Palette by Morphe. This palette in particular is my pride and joy, because when if you go on Morphe's website, morphebrushes.com, and not even them, but if you watch other YouTubers, they'll talk about, oh, I hate they don't come with a color description, a name or a color description. And I used to think that too. Oh, excuse me. I used to think that too, you know, like, or if you just go on their site and you don't really just look, you won't see a color description. You won't even see a name. But if you go under their individual eyeshadows, they actually do have a name, and they do come with a color description. So why this palette in particular is really special to me is when I bought this palette, I knew going in that it did not have a color description, but I was like, okay. And in that case, sometimes I do have some makeup products that don't have a color description, or like if I bought a piece of makeup and it was like limited edition and I might have lost the name of it. just got dark. Okay. And I lost the name of it, but because it was limited edition, of course they took it off the site. So what I would have to do is I would have to go in and, you know, scour the internet, scour YouTube to find anybody that had a review on it, you know, with a color description. And I would pick reliable people, you know, somebody with, I don't know, maybe like 1,000 subscribers. Just, you know, just not to downplay people with like less than 1,000 subscribers, but you know, like 1,000 subscribers or 50,000 or even 1,000,000, because surely you'd be like, okay, surely that person won't get on there and call something black when it's really blue. Like surely they're not gonna lie to the people. You have this many people watching you. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I did with this palette. I got the second release because I missed the first release because it was a whole ordeal with the website. Like they crashed the website. So I bought this palette knowing good and well that they did not have a color description, but I was like, okay, I'll just scour the internet to find a color description. And I have had this palette, the second release was in April, and I bought this in April, and it is now June. This palette has been in my drawer ever since a couple of weeks ago, because I finally found like some descriptions of the colors, and so now I'm just now talking about this palette because I never had a color description. And so I finally found some. I found it off the Morphe website. If you go on, like I said, if you go under their individual eyeshadows, even though they say like the individual eyeshadows are different from their palettes, but because she just picked colors from their already collection, I could easily just go in and get the color description, and that's what I did. So I have the numbers up here, and then I have the color description down here. And so I'm just now pulling out this bad boy, even though like it's like 3 months later 2 months later. So that's what I have to do to do my makeup, and that's what I do to, you know, put it on. And I know you're thinking, well, you know, if you don't really have a concept of colors, how do you do your makeup? And that's because I can't see the colors, but I understand the concept of how makeup works. How, you know what, let me take, let's do this palette as an example. I understand the concept of makeup, so I can, like, without these, right, without the labels, I can see the colors. I can see them just like you're seeing them, but I wouldn't be able to tell you what these colors were. It's just like that. Like I see this, but I would not be able to tell you what they were. It's like a person that can't read. They can see the words, but they can't tell you what they are. Same concept here. So same theory applies, I mean. So because I understand the concept of makeup, I know that, you know, let's say we'll take Creative Copper. We'll take this color. Which is a, why did I pick the one color that I don't like? You know what? I don't like the color. Let's do Amber Lights. So Amber Lights is like this metallic-y shade, like I'm pretending that I don't know what color this is. Like I see it's a metallic shade, so I know by watching other YouTubers and just how makeup works, you know, you will apply this to your full lid, and then if you want to smoke it out, you take a darker color, a smoky color, which would be like this dark brown, which is matte, which is what you put in your crease. You don't put shimmery colors, you don't put glittery colors in your crease. You use matte colors. Making sure my camera died. And then I will put that in the crease, you know, to smoke it out. See what I'm saying? I understand how it works. And then same thing with transition color. You would take like a lighter color, maybe like your color of your skin or something, you know, I would take this color. Again, even if I didn't know the colors, but I'd understand the concept, I would put this up here, right here, like in the, I don't know, where your eye starts to fold. I would put that there. Then I would take Amber Lights, put that over my lid, and then I would take Dance in the Dark, which is this dark brown color, because I know the color, but, and then put that on the outer corner of my eye and smoke it out. You see what I'm saying? It's not, I don't want to insult makeup, but it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. So that's how I'm able to do it. And again, by watching so many YouTubers, I know what colors go with what. Like, well, really any color, because I've seen blue and purple, or teal and pink, and yellow and this. So it's like you mix any color together. So, and that's how I'm able to work around it. And I do all my palettes like this. Like, I even have the Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. Like, I do quite well for myself, I must say. You know, not to be a full-blown, you know, artist. And I do all my own palettes like this. I had to cover up the mirror, but it's whatever. I do all my palettes like that. And then, let me see what else I got. I just pulled out a few. I was even one of the lucky ones that got the Mega Pro palette by The Rock. Did the same thing. That was the film. And I just make the label. And I line them up, you know, according to, you know, the palette. So you can just easily just go down the road. And that's the meaning behind my channel name, Eyeful of Color. And there you have it. See there? Anybody can do it. And that is, again, the purpose of this channel. I'm able to do what I love to do even with my disability, and I've learned a way to work around it, which really means so much to me. I can truly, genuinely say I love makeup, but it's not just because, oh, I love makeup, but it goes deeper. It goes much deeper than that. So, and it's like, it's nothing wrong with wanting to be like the other girls. I mean, it's nothing wrong with guys wanting to be like the guys, and it's nothing wrong with that. And I don't feel any type of way about it. I want to be just like the other girls. I want to be pretty too. You know, when I was younger, I didn't used to wear all this well, I used to wear nails, but all of this, like, I've learned how to work around it. And now I've gotten over my fear of asking people for help, because sometimes they don't even know. Sometimes they have to pull somebody else, you know, in the store, like, come help us. And that's how I was born. You know. So I'm gonna end this video on that note. I hope this opens your eyes and, you know, I don't know, like, truly understand, like, why I like makeup, why this channel is here. It's not just because, oh, another girl that likes doing makeup. No. Well, yes and no. But because of my disability. And that's it. So that's my channel. That is this haul, and this is me explaining my name. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye.